Amidst the majestic beauty of Montana's mountains, a story unfolded that would captivate the nation. It's a tale of love, betrayal, and a tragic ending that would forever change the lives of two young souls, Cody Johnson and Jordan Graham. Cody and Jordan's love story began with dreams of a lifelong journey together. Their wedding day, filled with promise and excitement, painted a picture of a future intertwined with the breathtaking landscapes that surrounded them. Cody, a young man with a spirit as vast as the Montana skies, and Jordan, his bride, full of dreams and aspirations, embarked on the adventure of marriage. Little did they know that their path would soon take an unexpected and tragic turn. The disappearance of Cody Johnson and the subsequent investigation into the circumstances surrounding his death would unravel a web of secrets, leading to a shocking revelation that would shake the foundations of trust and love. Jordan Lynn Graham was born in August of 1991 to Lindy Rutledge and Steve Rutledge and lived with her family in Kalispell, Montana, a rural town in one of the United States' most scenic areas, only a stone's throw from Glacier National Park. Throughout her life, Graham was deeply religious. On the other hand, Cody Lee Johnson was born on April 8, 1988, to David Clarence and Sherry Ann Johnson, and they lived in San Jose, California. Cody later moved to Montana with his mother in 2002. Cody worked at Nomad in Kalispell and loved the work he was doing and the friends he met there. Cody Johnson and Jordan Graham first bumped into each other at a church lunch in their hometown of Kalispell, Montana. Cody, a 24-year-old at that time with a zest for life, was instantly drawn to Jordan, a shy and reserved 21-year-old woman with a heart of gold. Cody was known for his love of cars, gun shooting, and his ability to bring joy to those around him. Jordan, on the other hand, was a quiet woman who had a knack for working with children. Despite their contrasting personalities, the two found common ground in their shared dream of raising a family. Cody was smitten with Jordan from the very beginning. He saw in her a partner with whom he could build a life and start a family. Cody was eager to get married and looked forward to the day he could become a father. Jordan, for her part, accepted Cody's affection, and the two began dating. However, their relationship was not without the challenges that face every couple. Cody was known to be outgoing and social, always the life of the party, while Jordan was more introverted and preferred quieter settings. Despite these differences, Cody was deeply in love with Jordan, but she seemed distant towards him. Their friends were taken by surprise when Cody and Jordan, after dating for a little more than a year, Cody proposed to Jordan. Even more surprising was Jordan's acceptance of the proposal. The couple seemed to be on different wavelengths, but Cody's love for Jordan was undeniable, and he was overjoyed at the prospect of spending the rest of his life with her. Their wedding day arrived, but it was far from the joyous occasion one might expect. Cody was optimistic, filled with happiness and excitement. He was looking forward to starting a new chapter of his life with Jordan. His love for her was noticeable, and he couldn't wait to call her his wife. He was eager to embark on their journey together, oblivious to the storm that was brewing. On the other hand, Jordan seemed distant and detached. Her behavior was visibly off, and her friends and guests were taken aback by her lack of enthusiasm. She spent much of the ceremony looking down at the ground, her expression more akin to someone attending a funeral rather than her wedding. Her reluctance was evident, and her despondent demeanor cast a shadow over the festivities. The reception was also equally unsettling. Jordan remained distant and aloof, her lack of enjoyment starkly contrasting with the celebratory atmosphere. The couple's first dance was to a song Jordan had recorded with her voice. The lyrics spoke of a woman who found herself in a relationship she didn't want to be in, a chilling parallel to Jordan's situation. As the day came to a close, the guests left with a sense of unease. The wedding, which should have been a celebration of love and unity, was instead marked by Jordan's unsettling behavior and the eerie song that played during their first dance. A week after their wedding, Cody Johnson mysteriously vanished, leaving behind a trail of confusion and suspicion. His sudden disappearance was completely out of character, sparking immediate concern among his family and friends. It was unusual for Cody to not show up for work or to disappear without informing anyone. His absence was immediately noticed, and when he failed to show up for work, suspicions arose. Cody's family and friends reported his disappearance to the police. The police began their investigation, treating it initially as a missing persons case. However, the plot thickened when Jordan received a message from a stranger who claimed that Cody was dead, having accidentally fallen off a cliff in Glacier National Park while hiking with his friends. That message was delivered via email from a man named Tony. Jordan's reaction to Cody's disappearance was puzzling. Instead of showing concern or distress, she appeared strangely unconcerned and even carefree. Jordan's behavior was noted by her friends and raised suspicions among them as she was seen acting happy, running around, and even skipping through a parking lot with an ice cream cone. Jordan mentioned conflicting stories about what transpired before Cody's disappearance. She claimed that Cody left with some friends in a black car that had Washington plates. Nevertheless, her stories varied, and she seemed to struggle to keep her narrative consistent. That inconsistency in her stories, coupled with her strange behavior, raised red flags for both her friends and the detective. Days passed, and the mystery around Cody's disappearance deepened. The search party, which consisted of friends and family members, initially put up missing posters and looked for possible places from which Cody might have fallen. However, when they returned the next day, Jordan seemed to have a specific location in mind. They drove to an area known as the Loop, a location characterized by a sheer 300-foot drop with a safety wall. Despite the numerous trails and roads they passed, Jordan insisted on that particular spot, claiming she knew that was where Cody was. Jordan ignored the safety precautions, vaulted over the wall, and made her way to a rock landing where she could see to the bottom of the ravine. Her certainty and ease in navigating the dangerous terrain raised eyebrows among the search party. It was at the bottom of the ravine where Jordan spotted a body. She immediately identified it as Cody, bringing a chilling end to the search. The search party was surprised by Jordan's discovery and alerted the authorities. The location was remote and difficult to access, making it unlikely that Cody would have ventured there alone. The authorities made the arduous journey down to the bottom of the ravine, where they confirmed the body was indeed Cody's. He fell with the head first, sustaining severe injuries. The circumstances surrounding Cody's death were suspicious, and the focus of the investigation began to shift towards Jordan, whose behavior and actions raised more questions than answers. Following the discovery of Cody's body, the investigation into his death took a dramatic turn. The detectives quietly gathered evidence against Jordan Graham, Cody's wife, and her behavior and inconsistent narratives that raised suspicions. The email Jordan claimed to have received from a stranger named Tony that suggested Cody accidentally fell off a cliff was determined to be fake. The detectives discovered that the email was generated at her stepfather's house, leading them to conclude that Jordan wrote it herself. Moreover, cell phone tower records placed Jordan and Cody in Glacier National Park on the night of his death. That contradicted Jordan's initial claim that she wasn't with Cody when he disappeared. The evidence was mounting against Jordan, and the investigators were closing in. Shortly after Cody's funeral, the FBI took Jordan into custody at her home. She was then taken to the Kalispell Police Department, where she was informed that she was under arrest for the murder of her husband, Cody. Surprisingly, Jordan showed no remorse upon her arrest, maintaining her composure even in the face of such serious accusations. However, when confronted with the overwhelming evidence against her, Jordan broke down and confessed. In an audio recording, she admitted to the FBI that she pushed Cody off the cliff during an argument. She confessed that she was feeling overwhelmed and unhappy in their marriage. The argument escalated, and in a moment of heightened emotion, Jordan pushed Cody off a cliff, leading to his death. Jordan was charged with first-degree murder, second-degree murder, and making misleading statements. She initially pleaded not guilty, but changed her plea to guilty to second-degree murder during the trial. Jordan Graham was sentenced to 30 years in federal prison with no chance of parole. The story of Cody and Jordan has prompted conversations about the importance of communication, trust, and the recognition of warning signs in relationships. Community initiatives have emerged to provide support and resources for those navigating challenging times. As we remember Cody Johnson, we honor his memory by fostering conversations about healthy relationships, mental health, and the importance of seeking help when needed. May his legacy serve as a beacon of hope for those facing challenges in their own lives. In the end, Cody Johnson's story, intertwined with Jordan Graham's, is one of tragedy, reflection, and a plea for understanding. May their tale inspire us all to cherish the bonds we hold dear and to seek a world where compassion and communication guide us toward a brighter tomorrow.